The Footprints Conversations series feature discussions and insights from accomplished workplace and marketplace leaders and their experiences on key leadership principles. As believers, we are supposed to practice these biblical leadership principles in our workplace and marketplace to help us fulfill our calling. The Footprints Conversations this week focuses on team building. As workers and business people, we need to work with other people at the workplace and the marketplace. You cannot fulfill the mission alone. You must work with a team. How do you create a shared vision for the team? How do you motivate the team to stay focused on the mission? What measures do you put in place to handle team dynamics, conflicts, diverse interests, and non-team players? We are honored again this week to have Governor Nehemiah with us. He will be using his experience to give us biblical insights into the leadership principle of team building. Please let's welcome Honorable Nehemiah to the Footprints Conversations.
I am happy to be here again to share my experience with you and your audience.
Honorable, why is team building important to any endeavor and particularly for the mission the Lord calls us to fulfill as part of our professional calling?
The Lord knows you will need people. You can't do it alone. Sometimes you may be called to lead, but you must work with people to accomplish the mission. So, you must ensure you have the right team to accomplish the mission.
Most leaders study how you were able to organize and motivate people who have lost hope and were in extreme difficulty. You brought these people together to accomplish one of the most significant nation building in history. How did you go about that?
One mistake we often make is that we start working with people without making them understand and own the vision just as you, the leader. Shared vision is very important in team building.
How did you go about getting this shared vision? We would appreciate learning from your practical approach.
Before sharing the vision, you must evaluate the situation that would underlie the vision. So, when I arrived in Jerusalem, I took some time to study the situation very well. I went most of the time alone to evaluate the damage and what it would take for the repairs. When I was convinced that I had adequate information about the situation, that was when I called the elders to let them know why I had come to Jerusalem.
How did you share the vision with them? We realized that what you told them resonated with them so much. What was the strategy behind how you shared the vision?
To get your team members to understand and own the shared vision, you have to frame the vision in a way that would help them see their interests in it. So I told them, you see the trouble we are in. Jerusalem lies in ruins, and its gates have been burned with fire.
Very interesting, Honorable. You were not living in Jerusalem. You were living comfortably in Susa and not in any trouble in Jerusalem. Yet you said, you see the trouble we are in.
Yes. Empathy is very important if you want to gain credibility from the team members. Team members should see that you identify with them and you understand their challenges. It is also important to use inclusive words such as we, us, that helps to forge unity and team harmony. For example, I told them, come, let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, and we will no longer be in disgrace. And they responded, let us start rebuilding. This established the shared vision to rebuild Jerusalem.
So audience, please note. It is very important to use inclusive words such as we and us to create the shared vision. We sometimes fail in setting the shared vision for the team because team members do not see themselves as part of the vision. The team members will not buy into the shared vision if you frame the vision in I, me, and myself.
The elders and priests then owned and run with a shared vision when they understood it. They formed their own building teams, and I delegated the responsibility for particular tasks to them. For example, Eliashib the high priest and his fellow priests rebuilt and dedicated the sheep gate. The men of Tekoa repaired part of the fish gate. It was an excellent example of teamwork. I made the members of my team the team leaders for the smaller building teams. So, there were teams within the larger team. But did you know the sad part of our experience?
No. Does it have to do with Sanballat and Tobiah giving you troubles?
No. It was easier to understand Sanballat and Tobiah. But I'm talking about nobles of our own people who refused to put their shoulders to the work under their supervisors, as chapter 3 verse 5 of my book shows. This indicates that, no matter what you do, there may be members in your team who will not be team players.
Honorable, in contemporary terms of team building, Can you tell us what characterizes these nobles?
As the word noble rightly points out, these are members of the team who regard themselves as better than others in the team. You will find them in every team. They always want to show that they know more than even the team leader and that they look better, speak better, and smell better than all the team members.
Wow, that sounds familiar. Are they what we call 2-no members of the team?
They are more than 2-nos. These are team members who will resent and make all efforts to undermine the authority of the team leader. They will not submit to the team leader. They will not work with the team members. And they could be very disruptive to the team.
So, how do you deal with such nobles in a team? Do you throw them out of the team?
No, that would be a big mistake. Actually, these nobles could help you as the team leader to be always prepared, alert, accountable, and efficient. They could make you a better team leader. They are attention seekers, and they will use your mistakes to show how much they know. If you're always on top of issues, well prepared and efficient in what you do, they will get frustrated and sometimes leave the team themselves. In our case, the nobles realized that despite their insubordination, lack of team spirit and cooperation, we were able to rebuild the gates without them, and that shuts their mouths.
Amazing experience. You have also given us a different perspective of how to regard these nobles, who are not team players. They can make us better team leaders. What a positive spin on that. We can't thank you enough. And also thank you for your availability next week to discuss leadership and integrity with us. We are looking forward to that. Please let's give it up to Honorable Nehemiah.
If this Footprints conversation has been a blessing to you, pass it on to be a blessing to others. Are you a believer committed to fulfilling your professional calling at your workplace and marketplace? We have several resources to help you do that. Just subscribe at the YouTube channel for you to receive new resources we create every week. If you have creative arts talents too, get in touch and let us yield it to the Lord to use it to impact lives for His glory.